That's a fly shirt. Did you get a chance to watch the game this weekend?
What, the Iowa game?
Yeah.
I watched a little bit of it. Their comeback win in overtime. You're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. I kind of stopped watching because I thought, what was it? Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Nebraska was going to pull away. Oh.
Me and you both, brother. But how's your week been?
Um, Hendrix. Oh my goodness, was that a burp? Freak ass boy.
Whoa.
Yo, did
Whoa,
anyone else hear
Hendrix.
that?
I did not, but your reaction
Okay.
tells me all I need to know.
This brother with the freakiest burp. That's my young bull though. No, man, the weekend was good. Last Thursday, I did some DJing down at a bar nearby, about 15 minutes away from my house actually, and it's a pretty good vibe actually. It was a decent turnout. Had some coworkers show up. That was like the first time, one of the first times, like, well, I'm not gonna say one of the first times, but like it was like the first time like I had like coworkers pull up on me while I was DJing, and um came away with some good reviews. Everyone had a really good time. The bar manager, she really loved it. She got a request in herself actually. And I want to make sure I remember this. So the bar, she asked for Kaleo. It was a Kaleo song. It
Sounds like a
was
wrestler.
no, it's um he's only got like, oh man. It was Way Down We Go.
Excuse
Yeah, I
me?
think it was Way Down We Go. Here, I'm gonna play it.
I know
You
this
know this.
song.
You know this song. So the
Dog.
bar manager comes up. Black Mr. Clean was good, brother. So the bar manager comes up to me and was like, she was like, "You're doing great." I'm. It was like me and my homie. We was DJing. So he went first. He did like an hour and a half, and I was coming to do like the back half.
Uh-huh.
So I'm back there, and the bar manager comes up to me, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're doing great. I love what you're playing. Like, I haven't had this much fun at work in so long. I just have like one song request, and as a DJ, of course, what's up?" She said, "Kaleo, Way Down We Go," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I got a little of that in my Serato. I got a little bit of that in my Serato." Ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen, it was a blessing that I had asked for the Wi-Fi before I went in there, because I got connected to that Wi-Fi, and I went in there and I was like, typed it up, downloaded it, and I forgot. I think I was like in like a dance hall, maybe like melodic rap dance hall vibe. No, it was dance
Okay.
hall vibes. It was dance hall
Okay.
vibe. And she asked me this, and I'm like, when I played the song, like in my headphones, played the song, I just started laughing. Like I just started laughing. So I
I
was
would
like,
have
all right,
too.
but I was like, but it's a DJ, so I gotta play it. So I get this song off. Basically, what I did was, instead of like really like transitioning it out, I waited till the song was near. This song I was playing was waiting to the end, and then I just kind of found a nice little loop that I liked of like some instruments and sounds. Kind of faded that thing out and switched in the part where he was like, "Oh, we're down." Brought that in.
That
And
sounds
then I
like a lovely time.
just randomly got into a little white rock bag, or a little pop rock bag, because the next thing I played, Space Cowboy. Whew, come on now, Danny, come on, you heard it.
Not Space
Song.
Cowboy. I know Space Cowboy. I do know Space
Okay.
Cowboy. I know it. I
So,
know it.
uh, so I get this off, but Space Cowboy is my shit. Like, I love Space Cowboy. This is the return. I was like, oh, the Space Cowboy. So then I just started going off in this little white pop bag for maybe like 2 or 3 more songs. And I had to get back to, I mean, I had to get back to my peoples.
I'm sure they appreciate the diversity.
I did, because like one of the comments I got like towards the end was like, "Yo, whatever that little bag was you got into there, that's a nice little bag."
I know there are a lot of people who are like, what in the hell? And then they
Nah,
probably
it
appreciate it.
was, I think, but I was playing the ones, but I'll be playing the ones that like our people know. Like, hold on. See, luckily for both of us, I have my DJ computer right here.
Okay.
And I got, obviously you have all your music like sorted out in crates. So hold on. It's still in my downloads. So it's called, I have a crate called Rock for the Whites.
Now, is white spelled out or is it YTS?
How you know it was spelled like that? How you know it was spelled like that?
I just had to feel it.
So, okay. Actually, it's coming back to me. So this is the song she wanted to play. Right? Not a bad song. And then I played Space Cowboy after that. Then I got into this right here. Come on, Danny.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Come on. Because you know when the whites hear this one, come on.
Yeah.
They was going. That's when she came in there like, oh.
Did someone throw their bra at you?
I started playing that. She came in there like, oh yes. But I was like, oh, come on now, listen. Now, mind you, I'm at the DJ booth and I'm chatting with my two of my coworkers that came, and they're two white ones. And I just look at them while this is playing. Listen, I swear to God, this happened. I just looked at them. I looked at the music and I looked at them, and I said, "Yo, when the whites get to whiting like this is how we end racism."
Son, I guarantee you, someone dropped their seltzer lime to run to the dance floor in that drop.
And I promise you, and I didn't say it one time. I said, when the whites get to whiting like this, when they get to doing this. Oh, and then the hook, and then that's when the hook came in. Take these broken wings.
Did they sing in unison?
They go crazy. Say what?
Did they sing in unison?
Oh yeah, no, this is our shit.
Oh yeah, I was about to say you might have ended racial tensions in the air for at least a month.
And then the last one, I believe I got off. Oh yeah, this was the last one, that little genre that I got off.
Okay. Oh, see, is this Santana or is this DJ Khaled?
Nah, this Santana. You hear that?
That whole album is fire. I bought that album when I was 8. When the album come out? Hold on.
Ah.
Remind me about my story. Hey. Yeah, that came out in 99. I was 10 years old.
Then I used that to get back into my little dance hall, which then went me back into.
That's a good bridge. Dog, let me tell you something. I bought that album when I was 10. I remember that summer. That album came out in 99. I was 10 years old.
What was you doing in the summer of 99? You lost Big and Pac.
Summer 99, I remember my parents went to New Orleans and they left me in my grandma's house and I was miserable for a week, and that album got me through.
Not you in the house singing Maria, Maria.
I was like, my grandma lived at the bottom of
the West Side Story.
My grandmother lived at the bottom of the hill and my aunt lived at the top of the hill, and I just walked back and forth all day listening to that album because I was so sad. I was miserable.
Yeah, my boy was going through it. I know you.
I was miserable in that hot ass house. She had no heat. She had no AC. Hot as hell in there.
Trying to think of what else I got. What other songs do I remember playing? Oh, hold on. I played this I'm a piano version of Smooth Criminal. I kid you not. That was the song my two white coworkers, they couldn't get enough of. They texted me about that like that night. Yo, you played some version of Smooth Criminal. That shit. Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. It do kind of go hard.
Does it go as hard as the Alien Ant Farm cover? That's Smooth Criminal.
You know what's funny? I have that version too.
That is the best cover, one of the best covers ever.
I actually have that.
Yeah.
They got their shit off on that too.
Whoa, Mr. Clean. My parents went with a group of people. Whoa, what is he trying to insinuate? He said, your parents went to NOLA around that time. Oh, yeah, your parents no more. Chill out.
Every time. Hold on. I don't know. But the thing
That
is, it'd be this part right here.
yeah, that sounds like it's from the game. Do you remember back in the '90s there was a Nintendo game with Michael Jackson? That sounds like that's from the game, like that little section. So you too young for that. So yeah, Nintendo had a game, and it was Michael Jackson game. It was based off Smooth Criminal, and you had to go into a bar and fight people to save Annie. That was a whole game. Like you just went level, saving Annie.
You know what's funny? I've gotten that Annie, are you okay? That song. I played that at pretty much every public DJ set I've done. Every single time, it gets the people to.
Oh, it's a banger.
It gets the
Michael
people to.
Michael transcends everything
You're right.
because he was everything.
You're right. Still, probably one of the most famous people to ever walk the earth.
Got a light skinned friend look like Michael Jackson. Got a
Got a
dark skinned
friend that
look
looked
like
like Michael
Michael
Jackson.
Jackson. Greatest Kanye bar ever.
Yo, I saw a good topic that I want to get your thoughts on since you're the elder statesman here.
Okay.
Which music catalog was better, White Mike or Black Mike?
Oof, Black Mike.
Talk to me.
Jackson 5 Mike. We had a Thriller is Black Mike. Off the Wall is Black Mike.
You might be winning just off the wall.
Yeah, like dog. The
hold on. But White Mike had what? White Mike had
he had Invincible. White Mike had
Man in the Mirror.
Yeah, that was Man in the Mirror. Hold on, let me see.
Sometimes you just got to hit a brother's discography up real quick.
Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, that's bad. So the question is, on the bad cover, do you consider that White Mike or Black Mike?
Who is that?
That's White Mike to me.
Okay. This White Mike?
No, that's Off the Wall Mike.
I'm saying that's Black Mike, right?
That's Black Mike, 100%. That's Black Mike.
That's the same brother as this?
Yes. So the bad Mike, I guess, is where that's we're stopping.
Mike.
That's White Mike.
Okay, then.
So yeah, let me see. White Mike gave us Bad. White Mike gave us Invincible. White Mike gave us History, Past, Present, and Future. I think that's it for White Mike. Black Mike gave us I guess you can count Dangerous as White Mike too. Or is that Mike's last album is Black Mike? I think that's the last album is Black Mike.
Yeah, because that was
no, that's White Mike. That's Remember the Time. That's White Mike. No. Dangerous is White Mike. So White Mike comes in around 91. No, 87 is bad. So White Mike comes in the late 80s. I still take Black Mike because Black Mike has Thriller and Off the Wall. And those are his two best
battle, though. It's a battle.
It's a battle. Oh, it's definitely a versus. Now that's what we should have done during COVID was a versus between Black Mike and White Mike.
Nah.
My question is, how is his nephew gonna play him in the movie? How are you gonna transcend race to the movie? It was been my question this entire time.
Well, the same way they did it in the one movie time they did it.
We not talking about that one with Bill Bellamy. No. We're not talking about Bill Bellamy's Michael Jackson biography. That does not count.
Why not?
That's the to be version of Michael Jackson's life.
And you think this one's gonna be any better?
I hope it is.
I'm not watching no more docs on Mike. I might cry.
That's fair. See, hold on. Now I'm really in his bag. Off the Wall, Thriller. Yeah, so White Mike comes in 87 with Bad, Dangerous, History, and Invincible. Black Mike gave us Got to Be There, Ben, Music of Me, Forever Michael, Off the Wall, Thriller, and his Jackson 5 discography. For me, it's Black Mike.
I'm going with Black Mike. All right, people. Y'all let us know. Leave it in the comments.
Black people leave it. Black people leave it.
No, we can't exclude out the whites because they might. The brother had alopecia, right?
Yeah, vitiligo. I'm mispronouncing it. Where
the hell did I get alopecia from?
I don't know where you get that from. But I just remember Uncle Ruckus name. He has vitiligo, so that means Michael Jackson had vitiligo. I know I'm mispronouncing that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode
Welcome to episode
137 of Speak on
137.
It. We
Little
here.
Michael Jackson talk to start it off. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, when you see this fade, when you see this Nas fade, actually, let me get my words together. I just got to get it together, get my fade together. When you see this Nas fade, people, of course, it could only be one brother, the good brother, Los D Mix, of course, joined every Tuesday night by the smoothest bald head on the East Coast, my brother Danny Ocean. Danny, how are we doing outside of agreeing that Black Mike is that dude?
Oh, we're doing great. It's been a great week so far. A great
Uh,
week.
a Black Mr. Clean. I think I was thinking about Jada Smith, Jada Pinkett Smith, alopecia. That's wild.
Yeah. Well, be careful. Don't say that out loud. You might get slapped.
You're right. What do you think of? Well, maybe we'll discuss next week the alleged beef between Prince versus Michael Jackson. I've always been curious about that.
Well, we're off next week.
Oh yeah, we are off next
We're
week.
off.
All right, so tell me. I'll ask you then.
All right.
Randomly one time I heard that Prince tried to run over Michael Jackson. And do you think that's true?
Probably yes. Prince seems like the kind of guy who will run you over.
Do you think how accurate do you think Dave Chappelle's depiction of Prince was?
Extremely accurate because Charlie Murphy was there. I think when Prince in Purple Rain is not acting, I'll say that. He was just himself. Being dramatic, slapping bitches, singing, doing the most.
Could you imagine? Nah, imagine like you at the spot hanging with like Prince and the crew. You just chilling, maybe in the corner getting your little Mac on. And you just hear him saying, "What the fuck you say, bitch?" now you got to sit there and just ask yourself, "Do you say something?"
See, back then that was a little bit more accepted. I'm glad we have evolved as a society because if that happened today, Prince, someone might beat his ass to death. Because he's not a big dude, which means you probably carried a blade like the Isley brothers.
Wait, he wasn't a big dude?
No, Prince is very small. Hold on.
Really? So maybe that was why he was a little thuggish, ruggish bone.
He had to be. Yeah, Prince was 5. Nah, ain't no way. That can't be true.
What?
Yeah, he was 5'2", 120. Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. I don't believe that. Hold on. He was 112. Nah, dog. This can't be true. This can't be true. Kyle, are you in here? Can you let us know how? Yeah, Prince was 5'2". You get nah, dog. I have so much respect for him. Nah, man. He had a bag like that at 5'2". I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be disrespectful.
Yeah, brother.
You look at you researching real hard right now.
5'2"?
5'2"? You're telling me he was a 6th grader? Acting like that?
Well, first off, why they got to be 6th graders?
Because what, a 4th grader?
I got to hit you with the Shannon Sharp fingers. Why they got to be 6th graders?
A 4th grader, 5'2", 120, and he was acting like that? Hey, dog. I ain't gonna say nothing disrespectful about that. You 5'2" acting like that. You got it. Yeah, thank you, Black Mr. Clean.
Who can't ride a roller coaster?
Prince, stand on business and you can't ride a roller coaster. It's crazy. That's
y'all listen, don't play him like that. I didn't know he was that small.
Hey, he had the greatest Super Bowl ever.
Makes you think if someone had beef with Prince, do you think it was because Prince just had like a
I can see why you'd have beef with him because you'd be like, yo, why are you acting like this? You're 5'2". I get it. 100%.
And imagine being told that enough times, he probably got fed up with it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure he carried a blade at all times. Because here's the thing about that, when you're that size, you always get tested. Always. No matter what age you are, doesn't matter. If someone's like, this dude is pocket size, he ain't going to do nothing to me, you're always tested. I respect it. He probably
maybe that's why he was always wilding out.
Yeah, he probably was a thug in his heart. You don't.
I don't think in his heart. Maybe he really was one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was probably authentically a thug, dog. You 5'2". Yeah.
Now imagine how Michael dancing ass was talking to him.
That's what I'm saying. Michael's probably like, what? How big was Mike? Yeah, what are you talking about, man? hold on. How, Michael Jackson had to be all of 6.
What?
What are you doing, Prince?
What you over there talking about, Prince?
Yeah, Mike was 5'9". Mike had a whole 7 inches on him.
Half a foot taller.
He was half a foot taller. Yeah, if I was Mike, I'd have beef with him too.
What type of shit you think Prince was getting off to him? I
Oh,
mean, Mike was getting off to him.
I know. Well, Mike just probably walked up to him, put his
What
hand
you
on his head, and
saying
pet
down
him.
there? What you
Speak
saying
up,
down there? I can't
speak
even
up,
hear
Prince.
you.
Get this man a mic. I can't hear him.
If you can't hear, say it in song. You can't
Hey,
say it was wrong. Oh,
Prince,
Let me
Prince,
stop,
why you
Mike.
down
I'm
there?
sorry.
Prince, why you down there? Can you tie my shoe?
You know when Mike asked him for like a feature, a little duet.
you know, we could just.
It's
play
half the
around.
price, right?
I like your little song, Purple Rain. Whatever that means.
Oh man, you know they was in that room just reading each other, as the girls would say.
Yes.
You know, Prince was looking at him like, I know you ain't talking them little flary pants you got.
Mike said, is this a Christmas list or a baby shower list? What is it? Why are these clothes so small?
And you know Prince was why don't you go do your little Saturn walk or whatever you like to call it, your little thingy across the stage that you like to do. Go do that.
Prince said, I can't tell if you wearing a shirt or you just that white, Mike. Which one is it? I know Prince was getting them jokes off. He hung out with Morris Day in the time. Yeah, dog.
Michael, I didn't know if I was going to be talking to you or your light-skinned representative today.
Which Mike am I talking to today? Mike, don't make me call Joe.
Oh, you know he got that off.
I know he got that off.
Say it again, I'm gonna call you daddy.
Did you talk to Joe like that?
Oh man. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking a lot of NFL free agency. There is a lot of it going around. A lot of people are getting paid. It was official tampering period inside the NFL. Started yesterday. Hopefully your team did or did not. Well, hopefully your team did make a move. But let's cover a few. Start with, of course, the QBs, because those are always the most important.
Always.
Biggest one. Kirk Cousins is now an Atlanta Falcon. 4 years, $180 million. Danny, what are your thoughts there?
So I have one of my best friends is a Falcons fan, and he and I have been talking. He was like, I don't like this, and I understand why he doesn't like it, because he, like me, wanted Justin Fields in Atlanta. But if you're Atlanta, you have the best quarterback in the division. You should win this division, and you should host a home playoff game. So if you're an Atlanta fan, like the floor is raised. You know your ceiling, obviously. Second round of the playoffs. But look at where you've been since the Super Bowl. You really haven't done anything. So if you're a Falcons fan, maybe you're upset about the 4 years, 180. I'd be more upset that he's coming off an Achilles tear. That's the scariest thing. Or is it Achilles or is it his knee? I think he popped his Achilles, right?
Who?
Kirk.
Yes.
Yeah, like he's old. He's coming off an Achilles tear, but it's either him or Desmond Ridder. Like, what you want?
Listen, Kirk, I know you wanted to be closer to, your wife's family who's from Atlanta. Feels like this is going to be your last stop before you probably call it a career. So you'll probably retire a Falcon, similarly to how Matt Ryan did. Here's what I'm going to say, Kirk. I think this is good for Kirk. I think this is good for the Falcons. I think it definitely makes that division way more competitive between the Falcons, between the Saints, and of course the three-time champion Bucks. Here's what I'm gonna say. We don't know if Drake London is really Justin Jefferson type, but he will have the opportunity to showcase it now.
We'll find out. One thing Kirk gonna do is throw it to you.
Yes, he will.
He gonna give you a shot. Kyle Pitts too. We're gonna find out who these skill players are.
How upset do you think? How upset do you think Justin Jefferson is right now?
Oh, he's got to be livid. Sam Darnold is his quarterback. I wouldn't sign a damn thing.
We haven't. I don't think we've heard anything about that, right?
No, we haven't. So yeah, for those who don't know, Sam Darnold is now in Minnesota. He appears to be, unless Minnesota makes some sort of massive trade in the draft. He seems like he's going to be the guy next year. And if you're
Nah,
Jettas,
nah. They got to be drafting somebody. They got to be playing them go up and draft somebody.
hold on, let's see where they are in the draft, because that might be a long jump. Yeah, they're 11th right now, so they're going to have to jump up at least.
We don't
Washington's
know
going to
that.
draft a quarterback. New England's going to draft a quarterback. The Giants, you got to jump from the Giants, and even then, the top 3 guys might be gone. Right, like now
But a
you
Bo
look.
Nix might be there.
You want to draft Bo Nix? You want to do that?
Why not?
I wouldn't do that. Oh, that sounds nasty. But I mean, I would rather take the unknown with Bo Nix than Sam Darnold. So yeah, screw it. Draft Bo Nix. See what you got.
Kevin O'Connell's going to get you there.
I just
He schemes people open.
he does, but if I'm Jettas, I'm not signing a thing, dog. We not.
So he's so Jett is on the last year of his rookie deal.
Yeah, I think this is the 5th year option. Hold on. You can't let him get that close to free agency. Because he was drafted the same year as Jalen Reagor, which was 2020. Yeah. This could be his 5th year option. Yep. He is an unrestricted free agent after next year.
Oh, so he's not. If I'm him, I'm not.
I ain't signing nothing. So this year, his 5th year option, he gets $19.7 million. I wouldn't sign a thing. I wouldn't.
Listen,
It doesn't matter what happens this year. He's going to get, like, even if he blows his knee out, God forbid, in training camp, doesn't matter. Next year, he getting the contract. I wouldn't sign nothing.
yeah, I wouldn't either. And if I'm looking at it from Atlanta's perspective, this is a 1-year test run. This is basically your 1 year to figure it out if not Desmond Ritter, if Drake London is the true wide receiver 1, because then if that doesn't work out, then you can essentially take whatever money you would have given Drake London in an extension, take that and give it to Justin Jefferson to get him to come to Atlanta next year. So I see the play. It's not bad. Maybe. What do you think about Russell Wilson going to Pittsburgh on a 1-year vet minimum? Do you think he will deliver Mike Tomlin his first losing season?
Yep. I think we're getting close. I don't think so. Right? If he didn't have a losing season with Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph, I don't think we're having a losing season with Russell Wilson. It's going to be fun though. George Pickens, we're going to find out, because one thing Russell can still do is throw the long ball. That's it.
Here's my thing. I don't think there's that much of a jump between Russell Wilson and Kenny Pickett. Truth be told, I think you're going to get a little bit better QB play, but overall, I think they're going to be right there at like 9-8, 10-7, maybe.
Fighting for a playoff spot, fighting for that last spot.
But I'm curious to see where they go in the draft offensively. I think they might, they just traded away Deontay Johnson before we came on air.
Yep.
So now that George Pickens is the true number 1, they let go of Allen Robinson. I think they go and probably draft a young wide receiver, especially in this type of class. I could see them, because they pick where in this
20.
type of what 20.
Yep.
I mean, in this type of draft, I could definitely.
It's completely logical. I would do it.
Pair him up with George Pickens, who is now going to be the vet in that locker room. So,
which is kind of scary.
Yeah. Danny, this is a good question we got from Black Mr. Clean. So he says, so who do you think the Falcons should pick from the draft since they picked up Darnell Mooney? Listen, Danny, let me be honest with you. When I saw how much money guaranteed Darnell Mooney got, I literally went to one of my fantasy group chats and said, if Darnell Mooney can get this, I'm about to put on a pair of cleats as well.
Crazy. But if you're the Falcons, I think you're in a position where you can draft the best person available. This is a big offensive tackle draft. You can shore up the line for Kirk. You can do whatever you want to do. I think you're at a space where, like, your defense was good last year. You have the offensive weapons. You really don't. You have the quarterback, right? Everyone in Atlanta, like, you're a quarterback away. I think you just draft best player available, and that's probably going to be offensive line.
I think if you don't know if you, I think offensive line may be. Honestly, no. Here's what I'll say. If I'm them, I take the best wide receiver available. Here's why. In a wide receiver rich draft
Yeah.
that we are in, and the possibility that Drake London this year may not prove to be who y'all thought y'all were, and y'all may look to move him before. I mean, you may look to move him in the offseason so then that you can try and get Justin Jefferson. I think you still need a younger, cheap wide receiver on your roster at a premium. I mean, wide receiver is a premium position. So if I'm the Falcons at 11, you said I'm
8.
looking at
They're at
8.
8. They're at 8.
At 8, I mean, I'm looking at Brian Thomas Jr. from them. Someone who could maybe stretch the field vertically, then pair him up with a Jettas maybe next year. Ladies and gentlemen, if I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I feel part of me really knows, or part of me really thinks Justin Jefferson is going to be an Atlanta Falcon next year.
Let me ask you this: if you are the Falcons, do you call Minnesota at 11? It's like, hey, come jump up and get your guy. Let's see who's in front of them. Yeah, well, the Jets. Yeah, the Jets are drafting at 10 overall, and then it's Minnesota. Yeah, if I'm Atlanta, I might give them a call and say, hey, jump in front of these guys and come get your guy. If you think.
Do you think? Ooh, I got you. Do you think Atlanta would trade? I mean, do you think Minnesota would trade Jettas for that 111?
No, if you want Jettas, it's going to take the starting is going to be a couple of first rounders and probably Drake London and or Kyle Pitts. Like you're talking about the best wide receiver.
But there's no need to trade for him because he's not resigning there next year. I feel confident in that.
I feel, and he shouldn't. Hell no, he shouldn't. He shouldn't sign a thing.
Yeah, not unless they draft not unless they trade up and draft a QB who is legit. But even then,
like the top 3 are going to be gone. May, Caleb, and Jaden are going to be gone. And then to me, there's a bit of a drop off before you get to the other guys. Like I wouldn't draft any of those other guys.
I think there's a big gap between. I think there's a gap between Caleb and Jaden before Caleb May. I don't think.
I agree. I'm with you. I'm just saying, like those 3 guys, top 10, sure. I think after that, we're talking late first round.
What about Baker Mayfield being back in Tampa? 3
Shout
years,
out to
$100
Baker.
million.
Get your money.
Get your money, brother.
Get your money. I ain't mad at him. Now he about to be ass.
Team has Mike Evans, and so I'm happy about this. Speaking of which, that dynasty team, that roster of mine ain't looking too bad, brother. Ain't looking too bad. I mean, obviously with Tony, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get to talk about Tony Pollard. But having Tajay Spears, knowing that Mike Evans will be back, got to figure out what the Bills plan to do with Stephon Diggs, but it doesn't look like they're looking to move him. But we'll see. We'll see. Devin Singletary is now the lead back in New York. Kept him, didn't trade him, didn't move Ramondre Stevenson, who's now the clear lead back. I think once he's healthy. Got Chase Brown, who's now looking like the guy or one of the guys in Cincy. Keaton Mitchell. I don't know how I feel about this one.
Well, there's some time.
But that's more so because the Ravens just signed Derrick Henry. We'll talk about that later. I got Romeo Doubs, got Trey Palmer, and then I finally am down to one other tight end in Luke Musgrave, and I'll be probably looking to explore the free agent market. You know,
how you gonna do all that? I got plenty of tight ends. Come talk to me if you're just looking for some depth.
Nah. Danny, I don't. Again,
if you're just looking for depth, I'm not talking about anything crazy. If you're just looking for a little bit of depth, Dalton Schultz there, Okonkwo was there.
I got picks. I got picks.
Yeah, you want?
I got 102, 301, 305, 306, 307, and 309. I own a lot of picks in the third, and I plan on capitalizing on them.
Okay. Well, if you're interested in Schultz, Schultz is a little higher than Okonkwo, but I'm willing to let go of Okonkwo, not for much. We ain't talking about much.
Nah.
All right.
Do you have any teams with W's and teams with L's so far in free agency before we get into running backs?
I don't say a team necessarily. I will say we'll talk about in a minute. Running backs are the big winners, and for me, the losers. I know everyone's talking about the Cowboys not making moves, and I want to talk about that for a second. They're going to have to shell out 3 market-changing contracts in the next 18 months. I did not expect Dallas to do a thing. You got to pay Dak top 5 money. You got to pay CD top 3 money, and Mike is going to get the biggest contract a defensive player has ever gotten. Dallas ain't got the bread to be signing anybody right now.
You think that's the type of money that Micah's going to command?
Yes. Micah is going to get the most money any defensive player has ever gotten. CD it's gonna be Jetta, Jamar, CD, and then you gotta pay Dak. Like Jerry ain't got no money to be out here going crazy. Like the Devin Singletary deal was too rich for his blood. He know what's up.
Wait, he said that deal was too rich for his blood?
Yeah, I think it was Devin Singletary. It was one of these running back deals. It was like 2 years, $8 million. It was like, yeah, Dallas ain't want to pay all that. Like they have to pay 3 people top market deals. Like their window was last year.
What happened to him?
I don't know. Some team in Green Bay came down and throttled them boys.
Beat them boys' ass. Shout out to the pack, man. Shout out to the pack. Hopefully we right back at it. Gardner Minshew rolling the dice with the Raiders in Vegas next year. 2 years, $25 million. Oh my. Listen, do you think us Devontae Adams fans or owners in fantasy should be excited?
Hell no. I mean, Gardner's better than what Devontae had last year, and he still had 1,000 yards, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Gardner's good. Like Gardner is 15 to 25 in regards to where he's going to be weekly. Like some weeks he's going to be top 15. Some weeks you're going to be like, who, buddy? Is this Baker Mayfield on his way out in Cleveland? But it's better than what they had.
Maybe they draft someone. Who knows?
Or they draft. Hold on, I got the draft right here. I don't know if they're going to be. They draft 13. They might, but I don't know if you pay Gardner that kind of money to put him in as a backup. That's starter money. That's low tier starter money.
2 for 25. That's only what, 12 and a half?
Yeah, that's not backup money. That's a lot for a backup, don't you think? 12 and a half for a backup? That's a lot of money.
I mean, the starters are making about 50 a year.
No, that's a lot of money for a backup. But I could be wrong.
Speaking of a lot of monies, running backs got a lot of money.
Yes, they did.
Danny, we about to do an ISO. That boy Saquon walked into Philly. He drove 3 hours from New York to Philly and got himself 3 years, $37.5 million to play running back for the Philadelphia Eagles. Danny, as our resident Eagles fan,
yes,
how are we feeling?
If you'd have told me a week ago Saquon would have been an Eagle, I'd have been like, hell yeah, sign me up. If you'd have told me he'd be making $37.5 million over 3 years, I'd have been like, someone has a gun to Howie's head. Someone has a body. I think it's a lot, right? I think the Eagles kind of set the market in regards to. I always, and we'll talk about this in a couple minutes, you always want to set the market, not react to the market on some positions. But for running back, you kind of want to react to the market. You don't want to set the market because you're in a spot like the Steelers did with Le'Veon Bell when you just overpay. I'll say when healthy, Saquon, this is a top 3 offense if Saquon is healthy. He's a 3-down back. He can run, he can catch, he can pass pro. He's been healthier than most people think he's been the past 3 years. But I think this is kind of a luxury spend. The Eagles are top 5 in rushing. They've been the top 5 in rushing the past 2 years. This just seems like a luxury, especially when the secondary is in need of a lot of work. We'll get to that in a second. I'm excited. Don't get me wrong. But Howie is saying, this team is going to win a Super Bowl. If this team wins a Super Bowl, it's going to be because we have a top 3 offense. We're scoring 35 a game.
That's just unfortunate because I think y'all Super Bowl window closed.
I mean, it might. I don't think so. I think as long as AJ and Devontae are there, it's open. But I mean, if AJ my question is, who in the NFC?
Plenty of teams coming.
I'm just
We
saying,
all
like,
coming.
the only teams that I'm concerned of is Dallas, San Fran, and Green Bay. Like, in the Lions. Like, those are the only teams, right?
Don't count out the Bucks. Don't count out the Falcons now. The Saints usually be tough.
Ain't nobody. And I know the Bucks beat the Eagles in the playoffs,
Giants
but
might get better. They beat y'all.
the Giants' defensive line is
They
scary.
beat y'all though. You say
They
that, but they
did.
beat y'all.
They did. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just saying. Like, we don't know who we don't know who's
Y'all
playing
not
quarterback for
world
the.
beaters, and this is not basketball. We don't get
Amen.
7 games.
Amen.
Y'all are not world beaters. Your window
Who
closed.
are your top teams in the NFC? Give me your top 5.
Let me tell you something. Same way Academic said his top 5 was Drake. Here's my top teams in the NFC. The Packers, the team in Green Bay, the team that wears green and gold, the people that play at Lambeau Field, and the team located in Wisconsin.
Okay. You're really excited about this Josh Jacobs deal, huh?
Woo! No, first off, I was actually upset that we were signing Josh Jacobs because I was confused on what we were doing, paying a running back like 12 a year, essentially.
Something like that. Yeah, 4 years, 48.
Yeah, 12 a year.
12 a year.
Then I was like, why would we do that unless we're trying to like really establish a 1-2 punch with Josh Jacobs and Aaron Jones? And an hour later, we release Aaron Jones.
Crazy.
WTF. Now that really just drove a stake right through my heart because listen, you can lose the greatest QB of all time and you could mend that wound because your franchise has a history of producing QBs.
Yep.
But it's not every day you get a franchise leading, locker room leading leader of men who is as good of a person as he is a player. Damn, this one hurts.
And
Packer
he's a
Nathan was
Cowboy
with me.
killer.
He is a Cowboy killer. He is a Cowboy killer every single time.
You want to stay in the NFC North?
Let's stay there.
DeAndre Swift, former Eagles running back, 3 years, $24 million.
Shout out to his agent. Sometimes you just gotta finesse some things.
This is the kind of deal I was kind of expecting for the Eagles to sign a running back at. But again, if you give me DeAndre at 3 years for 24 or Saquon 3 years at 37.5, I would take Saquon at 37.5 because Saquon is a 3-down back and he's more explosive.
Yeah. And that basically what you're saying is that extra 3.5 that you give in Saquon to not give maybe to your defense. Saying somebody's gonna have to stay healthy, and somebody young is gonna have to stay healthy.
The Eagles are trying to be the Colts, where Peyton Manning and Bob Sanders like, yo, we don't need the defense to be great. We just need you to get turnovers at the right time and just stop the bleeding. That's all.
Yeah, we need defenses to be able to do something. Yo,
Yes,
fun side note: I'm joining the Intramural Flag Football League at my job, and I'm actually playing with some people in the Black Employee Network. I had to stick with.
What position you playing? You slot? You playing DB?
Definitely I'll be on DB. I used to when I played football, I played a little corner. Corner and running back, but I'm obviously not going to be running back. So I'll probably be an X, showcase these hands.
Do you want to know
on the outside? But here's the thing though. I think I might be a low-key matchup problem.
Well, yeah, because you're shifty. I will put you in motion. I'd put you in orbit motion. Same way teams use Amon Ra of the Lions. That's how I would use you. Like you'd be in motion. I
feel like a lot of crossing routes are in my future. I feel like crossing routes, give me the ball, just get upfield.
You know what I played when I played flag football? I start off as the center, and the next year I started my own team. I was a quarterback. Got benched game 3. Then I played tight end, and then I lost a ton of weight, and then I became the slot.
Every time, the more I know about you, the more interesting you become.
Because I know we got to get going. I created the perfect offense, and those bastards didn't bother to learn any of it. That was like when I was a quarterback, it was the best offense. Like I spent hours putting that offense together.
So what you're saying, so it sounds like your advice to me is listen to the offense and trust the plays.
Yes.
Okay.
It depends, right? Because I had 7 plays, but the window dressing, they can all look 7 different ways. Like it was just 7 plays, but we can line up in different formations. We could do different things to make them look different. And then I had one guy who was the tight end, and all he wanted to do was run seam routes, and that's all he did. So he just ran sprints because I refused to throw it.
Bro was just out there doing cardio.
Dog, he would run up the seam and he would throw his hand up. Sometimes I would throw it. Most times, like I ain't doing that.
I think crossing routes. I think like maybe some screens. I might once a game. I'm gonna just ask you. Got to send me on a go just so we can test the defense and see if they play. You know, we got to test them to see if they really covering back there.
But shout out to him. He was a good guy. He's still a good guy. We're still friends. It was funny. But yeah, he would just like as soon as the ball was snapped, sprint. He running the seam.
I'm about to hit somebody with the
not the swim move.
Yeah. Listen, I think I'm gonna be I just really think I'm gonna be a matchup problem. But we'll see. I'll keep you updated.
Yes, please keep me updated.
But here's the thing. I'm gonna miss it's a 2-week playoff, and I'm gonna miss the last 2 games and maybe a playoff game because I'm gonna be in Greece.
Well, better get your stats in before you leave.
You're right. I gotta go Tyreek Hill type. I gotta put up Tyreek Hill type numbers. Tony Pollard is a Titan for 3 years, $24 million. What are your thoughts on that one?
Get your money. Get your money.
Hey, just don't mess up my Tajay Spears touches.
He is. I know we had that conversation in the chat today.
I don't think so.
You don't pay, like they said, you don't pay that guy that to be, I think it's going to be 50-50.
He's not going to hold up, though. It might be 50-50, but they're two of the same. Well, yeah. Here's okay, but we're thinking about the Titans from the Titans' view, but we forget that they got a new head coach who I believe was the offensive coordinator in Cincy.
Yep.
So think about some of Cincy's looks and what they were running. Someone's got to play that Joe Mixon type of role.
Yeah, who's closer to Joe Mixon, Tajay Spears or Tony Pollard?
I think Tajay Spears, but they're the same player. We'll see.
We'll see.
Devin Singletary is Saquon's replacement, 3 at 16.5. Derrick Henry in Baltimore, 2 years, $16 million. What are your thoughts on that one?
That might be the signing of the offseason.
Silent.
Like you ain't got to worry about Lamar freezing up in the playoffs because all you got to do is hand it to Derrick Henry.
That's what they said. They said, we're not doing this again.
Or Derrick Henry's going to call so much attention. The box is going to be 8 in the box. Lamar, you ain't going to have no choice but to throw.
Listen, I'm sitting here imagining a read option between Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, and you got to pick one.
Hey, you want to get ran over or you want to tear your ACL getting juked out of your shoes?
Then imagine once Keaton Mitchell gets back. Excuse me. Now you can run the triple option with Keaton Mitchell, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson. You just in trouble.
Any team that runs a triple option deserves to be disbanded from the league.
But sometimes we see
we're too talented.
I'm not talking about like as an offensive scheme. I'm talking about like as an offensive play.
Ever.
Well, then you're calling a lot of teams in the NFL punking. I almost said something.
All of them. The triple.
Hey, can we pause? To the white woman outside this hotel yesterday, you almost caught one of. I'm not even lying to you. You almost caught a cussing out from hell, and you lucky I was on my way to the Celtics versus Blazers. Let me tell you what happened.
Okay.
I'm picking up the homie. We're going because my homie had one free ticket to the Blazers versus Celtics game. And they were like, "Yo, do you want to go? I know you went last year to the game. Do you want to go? Let's ride." Like, I'm down to see Tatum play again. So I go and pick him up. And the way their building was set up, it was facing this way. But the way I was coming this way, right? So I kind of had to do a U-turn just to be in a position to pick him up. Okay. So I turned my hazards on. And I do like a slow, kind of wide turn, so I can, kind of turn around but get to the curb. So I'm not really in the way. And this white woman had to have been like 35, 40, maybe like 45. With my hazards on, she's like mouthing something, like talking to my car, and I'm like, oh, she must think I'm her Uber. Let me let her know I'm not her Uber, right? This is what I'm thinking. Like, let me let her know, like, I'm not your Uber, so if you're waiting on someone, like
Keep waiting.
keep waiting. So I roll the window down, but she walks around the car. So I was like, okay, so she must think this is like an Uber. So as I'm like rolling down my window to now like loudly say, yo, bitch, this ain't no fucking Uber. She says, you don't need to point your hazards at me. You should point them at somebody else. And I was like, huh? And she was like, look at your hazards. Now look at your side mirror, because I have like a little tape on my side mirror. She was like, now look at your side mirror. You're the real hazard here. And I just looked at her. I swear the word bitch was right on my tongue. And right as I was rolling down there, like, it's about to come out. She just turned around and walked away. Fam, I was about to get up.
Was she a prostitute?
No.
Are you sure?
Very sure. If that old little hag was slinging it, you are fucking down disgusting.
Hey, man, I don't judge people for what they do and what they pay for.
Not her. Imagine if like Roseanne had like a Dumbo version.
Listen, somebody like it.
Or a Supremo or whatever.
Somebody like it.
Listen. T. Higgins asked for a trade. You think they're going to give it to
him? At a price. I think they'll trade him if the right team come along. Right Carolina. Carolina.
but listen to me. It's the right team in the NFC, because who really wants him.
Houston
Chiefs.
Oh yeah, he ain't going to Cincinnati. Hey, Patrick did clear $21 million in salary. He reconstructed his contract before we got on air. But what did the Chiefs have to give? Because they just signed Chris Jones. I don't know. You got the money to pay T?
So this goes back, speaking of which, because I just heard that goes back to my point last week when I said I think Patrick may rework some things, because why not win some chips more? You're making a shit ton of money, and then make your money in the back end, because that's when they're really going to pay you.
You were on to something, because he restructured his deal today.
They came to him and said, yo, we can pay you, but just know if we pay you, we can't pay Chris Jones. I honestly, and I think that's a fair thing to say. Like, yo, we want to pay you, and you deserve every penny. But we want to let you know, if we go through with this, this is what this means.
And Chris Jones just won you a Super Bowl. Like, Chris Jones made that play that held San Francisco to a field goal.
Yeah. So then you got to ask him, like, what do you want to do? Or if you're open and willing to restructure, we'll restructure. If not, we'll let Chris walk, and he can get his money elsewhere. He's won 3 Super Bowl rings, and we can say we thank him for his contributions to the team.
But it's going to get a lot harder for you to win, because we're going to probably trade L'Jarius Sneed too. They said, Patrick, we're going to pay Chris or L'Jarius.
Or I feel like.
Nah, or. You can't pay both. You can't pay L'Jarius, can't pay Patrick top 1 money, Chris and L'Jarius. Like, somebody got to go.
Well, we'll see.
And trade for T. Higgins.
Yeah, because Chris got his money, so we'll see what happens to L'Jarius. What about you? What about the Brian Burns trade from the Panthers to the Giants?
The Giants do a lot of stupid things, but I will say, going back to their roots of dominating through the defensive line, so they have Kayvon, Brian Burns, and Dexter Lawrence. That's a good defensive line.
Yeah, and I think they'll probably draft. Maybe maybe in the second or third round they might draft someone, or who knows, they might continue to sign someone, or sign like another free agent. I like it. I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to build a steady enough defense that can definitely help with these offenses in the NFC East. But it can also, also allows them from when Daniel Jones on his recovery, it's not always dependent on Daniel Jones and the offense doing something. Now, hopefully, they might have a defense that can hold. And for all you New York Giants fans who think they're taking a quarterback, keep thinking.
Yeah, they're entering their Commanders phase. Remember, the Commanders drafted Chase Young, Deron Payne. They just had that great defensive line, and they fell into a division title. I feel like that's where the Giants are.
Yeah. What about Bryce Huff as an Eagle now?
I don't know, man. Bryce Huff was just an exclusive pass rusher. They're paying him to be an every down lineman. This definitely means either Josh Sweat or Hassan Reddick are gone. I don't think you keep all 3.
Why?
Well, Josh Sweat is This is the last year of his deal, and Hassan wants an extension. So you just gave Bryce Huff $17 million a year. Can't pay 3 defensive ends over $15 million a year. Somebody got to go.
Somebody's got to go. So maybe
Somebody
it's
gotta
better
go.
to try to get some money for him while you can.
I think it's gonna be Josh Sweat. Josh Sweat is younger. I think Josh Sweat is better. If you trade Josh Sweat, though, you just got 2 defensive ends in Hassan and Bryce that are the same, and Nolan Smith are the same profile. They're small and fast. Like Josh Sweat is your traditional defensive end who's a little bit bigger, who can stop the run. So I hope they figure it out. But yeah, the defensive line in Philadelphia is looking real spooky right now.
It's spooky.
ISO for you.
Yeah, I know. It's time, people. Listen, when a team goes out and signs Josh Jacobs and releases one of the locker room leaders, sometimes you're stuck wondering, what the hell is my franchise doing? And then you know what they come back and do? They come back and sign the number 1 free agent safety available, Xavier McKinney, who is now a Green Bay Packer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a good fucking day to be a Green Bay Packer fan.
Yes, it is.
Especially in this new defense that we'll be running under Jeff Hafley. Being able to have being able to have a good single high safety look with Xavier McKinney on the field is big, and I'm extremely excited to see what this defense is able to look like. Are we going to be able to listen, people? If you want to know what my biggest goal for this team will be next year,
NFC Championship game?
beat those fucking 49ers in the postseason.
Okay.
That'll let me know that we can beat any of you fuckers in the NFC.
Okay.
Because that's our only kryptonite, is that team out west.
I like the energy. Good luck.
Yeah, and we want all the smoke too. JL10, we got the best young wide receiver core in the league.
That's cute. We have the best wide receiver core in the league.
Who?
AJ Devontae Dallas, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Hey, come on, man.
We not do it. Name a team with a better wide receiving core than the Eagles.
Cincinnati has currently constructed.
Yeah, that ain't gonna last long. Who else? You put Minnesota in there. Jordan Addison's good. TJ Hawkinson.
Green Bay, Minnesota.
No, Green Bay, absolutely.
Try again. Tampa Bay, Detroit.
Try again.
You're bugging.
You bugging. All right.
Why y'all receivers not putting up more numbers then, or better numbers then?
They both have 1,000-yard receivers.
One was barely over 1,000. One became a little pissy towards the end of the season when he wasn't getting his targets and his touches. What are we talking about here?
The cap on this app. What?
Black Mr. Clean, this is not a win now or never for the Eagles, because that window has closed. It closed. It closed when Patrick threw that pass to Sky Moore, I believe, or Kadarius Toney to win the game.
All right, man. I hear you.
How do you feel about the Eagles bringing back C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
We back, baby. We are so back.
So wait, was he on a 1-year deal with Detroit?
He was. So he was on a 1-year. He's on 1-year deal. Eagles traded for him in last year's contract. He wanted to come back in Philadelphia. Things soured. He went to Detroit for 1 year, and now we back. We are so back. We are so back. Sign me up. He can play slot. He can play safety. We back, baby. And he got an edge because last year they was letting Debo run his mouth for no consequence. CJG did not gonna let that happen. We back, baby. We up. We back. We back, baby. Hit that shit in my veins. We back.
Hold on, I got you.
Yeah, turn me up. We motherfucking back, baby.
That's how you feeling?
That's how I'm feeling. Go ahead, sign Justin Simmons. Go find another decent linebacker, dog.
Wait, who?
Justin Simmons.
Hold on.
Dog, you tell me Justin Simmons plays safety, CJGJ as the nickel, you can survive with James Bradbury on the outside.
So what you're saying is the like no one will be able to sounding like from the way you talking, you feeling like no one's going to be able to stop the Eagles this year from making a run. You feel like
If some things fall into place for me, the fear is what's life like without Jason Kelsey and this defensive line.
These haters can't hold me back. These haters can't
Yeah,
hold me back.
turn
These
me up.
haters can't hold me back. These haters can't hold me back.
Tell that bitch boy Jordan Love we got something for him.
that's cute.
Tell him that cute shit work in Dallas, but at the link, nah, dog.
At the link.
At the
You
link,
mean the place when y'all let Kyle Shanahan and them boys just come in there and punk y'all?
not in the playoffs. He didn't. In the playoffs, he had to scrape his quarterback off the turf.
Because y'all broke his arm.
Ain't my fault.
All right. Last free agent talk, but not really a free agent. This is just talk. Aaron.
You want me to say it? Aaron Rodgers might be running for vice president.
Robert F. Kennedy, who is leading an independent party, says he's highly considering adding Jesse Ventura and Aaron Rodgers to prominent roles in his cabinet.
Let me tell you, Robert Saleh didn't sign up for this. Robert Saleh is lucky he's bald, because if he wasn't bald, we would see how stressed he really is right now.
Robert Saleh somewhere like, I can't fucking win, man.
Like, if I'm Robert, I'm walking into Woody's office with that. I'm like, this is you, dog. This is you. This your man's. This what you wanted.
He not, he not doing that, man.
I know, but Woody, this your man's.
He not doing that. He don't have the facilities for that big man.
He doesn't
have the facility.
He has been stripped, but man, how annoyed are you if you're Garrett Wilson right now? If you're playing on that team, like, dog, we just recover.
If I'm a Jet fan, I'm just thinking for like Jet fans. It's like, imagine you on your phone and you read RFK Jr. considering Aaron Rodgers for cabinet. I know you just looked at like, the fuck. Wait,
What?
why is Bleacher Report sending me this? And then you start reading the article. You got to just start laughing. Like
what kind of Amazon show ass shit is this? What kind of Prime exclusive is this?
What type of Prime exclusive is this, ladies and gentlemen?
Aaron, just play football, man. That's all. You want to do some quick hitters?
Hold on. I was going to play something.
Okay.
Never mind. Let's do some quick hitters. All right, let's start in some women's college basketball. So we already talked a little about Caitlin Clark leading Iowa to the Big Ten championship over Nebraska. Let's talk about the real battle in the South.
Yeah,
SOUF. LSU and South Carolina in the SEC championship. It got a little testy. I think we saw like a guard. One of the guards kind of
Floja from LSU. Oh, I mean, yeah, from South Carolina yelled in Floja's face, got a little chippy. Cardoza came and she threw a block. Let me tell you something. Put some pads on her. She can be
that is you. Yeah, I know you saying you put some pads on her. She is leading the way for someone on a screen route.
Run, pull her around the corner. She clocking everybody.
So here's go ahead.
So a scuffle ensued. Benches were cleared, and everyone was thrown out for each team except 5 players for each, and they played the last 2 minutes. No, South Carolina has 6 players. LSU only had 5, and they played the last 2 minutes with limited rosters.
Here's what I'm gonna say. What the hell was Kim Mulkey saying at that podium?
Kim Mulkey was just talking, dog. Sometimes I feel.
I'm gonna say this.
I wish she would have pushed Angel Reese. Like, what are you doing, dog?
I was like, wait, hold on. So you're encouraging violence to someone else, or what you trying to say?
To your star?
You pick on a little girl, won't pick on somebody your own size, ma'am. She was down there in the post of this girl all night and was giving them hell. What are you talking about?
And Angel had already pulled her hair. Like there are clips of Angel like elbowing her, pulling her hair. Angel had a bum ankle. You ain't want her to hit Angel. Like Kim, chill out, dog. Chill out, Kim. And you know the thing about that get on my nerve about Kim? She act like she be having that shit on, and she do not be having that shit on.
Now that's Hey, she be having it on.
She do not. Dawn be having that shit on. No, don't you be out here lusting for that. No.
Dawn.
Yeah. No, we gotta go somewhere else, dog. No, sir.
Dawn.
Mr. Mr. Clean. Yes, LSU will not be South Carolina if they keep forcing the ball through Angel Reese. I agree. Angel has no offense. Her offense is very limited.
But why is she about to go so high in the WNBA draft?
I don't think she is. She might be top 10, but we're talking closer to 10. If I'm her, I don't declare at all. Like her, like she's a good rebounder. She's a good defender. Like she'll give you a couple putbacks. She might give you a hook here and there, but like I'd say in the W, she might average like 8 and 7 her first year. Like she has a long.
That's if she make the team.
She'll make the team. Like if she gets drafted top 10, she'll make the team. But I hope that she's not going to be drafted with the thought that she's going to be a main contributor, like a contributor. Like Caitlin is going to be drafted. Like you're going to lead an offense. Like what's the girl from Stanford? I just lost
Cameron Brink.
Cameron Brink. Yeah, you gonna come and produce. Like those are the expectations for them because they can spread the floor. They can do multiple things.
Yeah,
Angel's very limited right now.
Well, we'll see. What were your thoughts? What were your thoughts on my man who jumped over the barricade to kind of get into action?
He deserved it. He deserved to be charged with assault. Like he jumped multiple barriers to get to the court. That's not for you, dog. Like people like, oh, they overcharging the black man. No, dog, charge him. He wanted to go fight. He wanted to go fight some teenage girls, some college girls. And then he got up to Cardozo and was like, oh shit, she's 6'7". I don't want none of this. What the police said, hold me back. Nah, charge that dude with, nah, man.
No, I got a few questions. One, where was the police? Not after he jumped. Where were the police before he jumped?
So if you
barricades.
So if you watch the from the stands, there are multiple people trying to jump, and the cops are trying to stop them, and he gets through. Like there are 2 or 3 people trying to jump over the barricade to get on the floor, and he gets through.
Okay. My next one is, why did they just let Cardozo because she would have hit him with one whop?
They knew. But like I said, he rolled up on her, saw that she was 6'7", and he was like, what?
Nah, hold on.
He was like, oh, I'm lost. This isn't the bathroom. Where am I? I just wanted some popcorn. But nah, man. They're talking about charge that man with simple. Yeah, charge him. I'm not saying he need to go to jail, but like you need to know you can't be doing that.
First off, what's good, Akili and Kyle, my guys? How we doing? Hold on, Danny. I'm trying to pull this up for us. My man did not want them problems, though. He didn't.
He didn't. Yeah, pull it up. Because if you watch it, like you'll see 2 or 3 guys trying to jump, and the police are stopping them, and he gets through. Here we go.
Gamecocks. And that could be an intentional foul.
Look at this. Boom.
Oh, we don't want this.
Yeah, you see all those people running down the stairs? Right in the middle, you see the 2 blue. Those are the police officers trying to stop them.
Quickly, things outside, both coaching staffs come and try to pull their players away. With blood on her lip, let's see what just happened again.
Okay. So a little bit of a hard foul, right? Like I understand this. I understand. They talking a little bit. John over here.
And then Flage.
Shouting, this is fine. And then
pushes Watkins. That's when Cardozo comes up and pushes Flage down.
Look at Haley was ready to get in the shits though.
Haley won't about to do
They
nothing.
jumped over the scores table from the stands.
Oh, look at my man. They roughed my man up.
Look at this block. Look at this power.
like, boom.
41 power. That's what Cardozo ran.
Here come my man over here, like, yo, what are you doing? So yeah, you see him?
Yeah.
You see him? Here he comes, right here. Look, she's like, what the hell? Look, she mouth open and everything.
And here he comes.
So the official at the monitor looking at this again.
Oh, he kind of like hit her with a low-key push.
Also, police escorting.
Yeah, that's what he got charged with. Charge that man.
Scorer's table onto the court.
Look at Kim Mulkey trying to get in there.
Like you rushing the floor to fight college girls, dog. Go to jail. Get out my face, man.
There's the fan.
Yeah, now you see the cops are trying to stop that dude in the red, like those two in the back, and he slipped through.
Foul LSU number 4, which
Yeah,
Crazy.
man. Charge that man with assault. Get him out of here. Like, you jumping on the floor to fight some college girls. Man, get out of my face. Charge him.
Charge him.
Charge him. You don't agree?
Hey. What do you think about?
Yeah, thank
Juju
you, Achilles.
walking-
Throw the book at that man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's stupid. Now the thing is, I knew when I watched the replay, I knew by all them white women's faces, oh, this brother's out of here. Because if you watch us, he jump over that booth with all them, they was like, and once some white women put some hands over some, you know it's over.
He let me
What you think about Juju leading Southern Cal past Stanford to win the Pac-12 title?
I'm gonna say this now. Juju gonna break Caitlin Clark's record if she stay 4 years.
She shouldn't. Don't stay 4 years. Don't stay 4 years.
Juju
The
will
Notre
break her
Dame
record.
ladies won the ACC tournament. The men's tournaments are this week, so we'll have more on that next week. Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody. Quick thoughts.
Sign me up.
Listen,
Yep.
Somebody's losing their title at WrestleMania. I don't think it's Roman Reigns anymore.
It's definitely Seth. Seth is 100%.
That is bullshitting and looking past Drew McIntyre. I think Seth is going to fuck around and help Roman keep the belt and then lose the belt. Let me stop. I think there's an angle there.
Rock, keep the promos at a minimum. Like, know the time limit.
Got to, please. IT said the Jordan beef was out of pocket, so he needs to apologize on TV.
Yeah, so Isaiah did an interview with Draymond Green, and Draymond was like, "What's up with you and Jordan?" And Isaiah pretty much said, "Well, he disrespected me on national TV, and he need to apologize on national TV, and that's that."
Okay, so Isaiah and Mike will never be cool again. That's
Never.
what I'm hearing.
Never.
All right, before we get out of here, fantasy-wise, Kyle said something very intriguing that I'm curious to hear your thoughts on. With all the talk in the Dynasty League, were you surprised there wasn't a trade?
I think the trades are coming. Like, I think it's going to be quiet until the draft. Like, we might have onesie, twosies, and I think you were on to something. Like, Bam really reset the market with that trade. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows the value of anything right now.
Because of Bam.
I don't think anyone knows the value of anything in our league right now.
Can you believe I offered Bam Luke Musgrave for like a 2026 third, and he rejected it. And I was like,
yeah, I've been offering him tight because he needs tight end depth. And I'm like, hey man, I got some tight ends. Nah, I'm gonna play the free agency market. I'm gonna draft a tight end. All right.
It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that Jalen Waddle trade completely, like, no one knows the value of anything anymore. Like, someone's gonna have to reset the market.
No, Achilles, not reset the market in a good way, reset in a bad way. As in,
yeah, because nobody knows the value of anything.
Nobody now wants to trade, buddy.
Yeah, like, we don't know. Like, I don't. Yeah.
And so Achilles, if you're getting a good number of terrible offers in your inbox, is because Bam's trade was so bad that's what
people think they can get that off. And now what's going to happen is someone is going to completely overpay for a player as the overcorrect, and then we'll probably settle down.
Mm-hmm. Won't be me though. 102, then a lot of third round picks. I'm done. I'm not trading nothing. Nope. I got my.
Yeah, like Achilles said, Chase is worth 10 first now. Yeah, That's going to be the overpay. Like someone's going to overpay for somebody, and then I think we'll come back to something reasonable. Because had I known that's all it would take to get Jalen Waddle, shit, man.
Yep. Boy, and Bam still sticks by that trade. Like he still thinks that trade wasn't bad. I don't know.
He'll never admit that it was wrong. This is definitely
Well, he'll probably admit it to you maybe at the family off record.
He would never admit it to me either. He'll take this to his grave. He'll never admit that.
I'll tell you what though. Last thing, I'm glad I held on to Chase Brown.
It was a smart move.
My running back room is not bad, and my receiver room is about to be bolstered up. All I'm saying is the Las Vegas Horned Ducks. Ooh, we might be a squad to reckon with, especially when Malik Neighbors is chosen at 102.
Might be Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay. Romo Dunze or Malik Neighbors, do you think is going to be the better prospect?
It depends on, for me, it's about situation. Where are you going? Who's throwing you the ball? Like, talk to me after the draft. Like, for me, like if Marvin Harrison.
Let's say Malik Neighbors goes to the Falcons and Malik Neighbors goes to the Falcons and Romo Dunze goes to the Ravens.
Dunze. I don't know. That's tough. Because Neighbors, like for Neighbors, it's going to be targets, right? Because Neighbors, he's going to have to fight Kyle. He's going to have to fight Bijan. He's going to have to fight Drew. But he's the better prospect. Now, Dunze in Baltimore, Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews, they're going to run the ball with Derrick Henry. So he might not get as much opportunity either. Yeah, I would go with Neighbors. Neighbors in Atlanta. I would roll the dice.
He will be a Horned Duck soon enough.
If Marvin Harrison Jr. is a Patriot,
you can tell me whatever you want. I don't think there's a world where you pass up on Marvin Harrison Jr. at 101. And I honestly dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
Hey, if he's in Arizona Cardinals, no question.
Shout out Bam. I appreciate you, my brother. Because I would have had 103. Then my decision's a lot different.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for pulling up with Danny and I. Hold on, let me get us a little something, a little bit of music.
While you do that, you guys can follow us at @speak_on_pod on X, aka Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Send us your questions at speakonapod14@gmail.com. We are off next week. I will be at a work conference next week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about we'll be in the middle of March Madness, some more NFL free agency deals, cursing out white women, whatever else happens. D, where can folks find you?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, you can find me at Los Demix. That's at LOSDEEMIX on X, on Instagram, on Twitch, on YouTube. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you have some DJ needs holla at me. If you're out in the Portland, Oregon area, I'm DJing Friday, Solo Club. Should be a good time. A lot of good vibes. I might have to get this off while I'm there, though.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Black Mr. Clean, Achille, Kyle, everyone that pulled up. We'll talk to y'all later.
Peace.